In this video, I'm going to dive deep into the Property Management Trends Report, which was put out at the end of 2024. If you haven't heard of this before, it was a massive study that was done where they took 750 real estate investors who own rental properties throughout the United States and surveyed them on different topics that are relevant to property management. It was put out by Lead Simple and Peter Lohman, and if you haven't checked it out yet, I suggest you do. The goal of the report was to better understand who these investors are, what their biggest challenges are, and how they view property managers. So you can see this report goes super in-depth on all these different topics related to property management. And I think they did a pretty great job of actually surveying these people and asking them legitimate questions that property managers should be aware of. And what's really interesting is that the report shows a shift happening. More and more rental property owners are open to hiring professional management, and they actually have pretty positive experiences in doing so. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on property management operations. I don't know things like maintenance coordination or accounting for property managers, but what I do know is marketing. So what I want to do in this video is walk you through 6 different marketing ideas that you should walk away with after reading through this Property Management Trends Report, and examples of how to actually apply those into the marketing of your property management company to help your company grow. So let's get straight to it. The first tip is address maintenance concerns in your marketing. The biggest pain point of every investor has to do with coordinating maintenance. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the headaches that come up. So make sure that you highlight this in your marketing. So what are some examples of how you can utilize this in your marketing? Well, first example would be you create a downloadable guide, and it's all about the 7 hidden costs of self-managing maintenance and how to avoid them. And then in order for someone to obtain access to that guide, they have to leave their contact info, their name and their email address. And then from there, you're going to start sending them a series of emails that really bring home the point that working with a property management company takes maintenance issues off their hand. Another example of how to utilize this might be to create video topics going over exactly what your repair process is. When maintenance requests come in, what's the exact process that gets followed in order for the repairs to actually happen? So this would help highlight the fact that when they work with you, you do all of this for them. They don't have to actually worry about any of this. They can sleep easy at night knowing that someone is looking after their rental property and all the maintenance issues that come up. The second tip is you need to overcome their fear of losing control. So a lot of people surveyed said that they fear that they're going to lose complete control of their rental property. So your marketing should speak to the fact that they're not going to lose complete control. You'll take care of the day-to-day headaches, but any major issue, they'll be kept in the loop. So this is something you definitely want to highlight in your marketing to try and overcome the objection of people when it comes to their fear of losing control. So how do you utilize this in your marketing? Well, first idea is create a video all about, do you actually lose control when you hire a property manager? Go into that subject in depth so that a real estate investor that's thinking of working with you understands what the actual process is. Another idea might be in your pitch deck. Have a dedicated page regarding how we help you stay in control. You know that that's a big fear of theirs with a lot of the people you're going to be speaking with, so address it in your actual pitch deck when you're selling to that prospect. Now, before I go into the third tip, I just want to take a second to let you know about Upkeep Media. We specialize in helping property management companies bring on more property owners and more doors to manage. If you're interested, we offer a free property management lead gen session. If you go to our website at upkeepmedia.com/growth, fill out the form on that page, a member of our team will reach out to you at the time that you book to speak. On that call, we'll walk you through what some of your competitors are doing to bring on new properties to manage. We'll show you where your company is currently positioned from an online standpoint, give you recommendations that you can walk away with to help your business grow, regardless of whether or not we end up working together. So no matter what, you walk away from that meeting with some free value that's going to help your company grow. The third tip is promote trust and legal protection. Trust was a massive factor in the survey. So we know that owners want to work with a property manager who's trustworthy and who can potentially help them stay out of any legal issues. You should be shouting about this in your marketing. So what are some ways that we can do this? First one is put together case studies of other rental property owners that you've worked with and the type of results that they've got working with your company. Another idea is get video testimonials and reviews and feature them on all of your marketing materials. Have them in your pitch deck as well so that you can walk people through the type of results that you get when people work with you. This is going to be super important, not only to getting more people to reach out to your business, but also to help you close a higher percentage of the leads that you speak with. Tip number 4 is align yourself with investors' goals. So investor goals are increasing profits, reducing costs, and upgrading their properties. So that's kind of like your cheat code to the copy you want to use on all of your marketing materials. You should be talking regularly about how you help them increase profits, or how you help them upgrade their properties, or how you help them reduce costs. Those are their goals. Align your marketing messaging with it. So an example, maybe you create a downloadable guide for your site, and then in order for someone to gain access to it, they have to leave their contact info. And that guide will be how to maximize their return on investment and minimize their risk while doing so. And then in there, you can have checklists of different items that they need to do in order to either maximize their profits or reduce their costs, so that this is helping them with the goal of basically overall having a better, more profitable rental property. Tip number 5 is you want to bust common myths. So this report said that anyone who's never used a property management company often has this idea that property management companies either don't add value or are too expensive. So these are things you want to try to address in your sales pitch and in your marketing materials, so that when someone hasn't worked with a property management company, you make it super clear why they're actually going to end up making more money or having a lot more time to spend than if they were to self-manage. So an example of how you can use that in your marketing. You can make a video series and it talks about the 5 most common myths about property managers. Busted. Going through each of the common myths and then explaining why they're not true and why using a property management company would actually benefit them. The 6th tip is highlight your communication standards. So one of the most important things for rental property owners had to do with communication. They expect same-day responses. Now, if your company actually has very good communication standards, highlight it. Use it in your marketing materials. Make sure that people that are going to work with you or that are looking into your company understand how important communication is and how great of a job you guys do in communicating with your rental property owners. So what are some examples of how you can highlight this in your marketing? Well, if you respond to people very quick, you can put a badge. Maybe your company policy is everyone has to at least have heard back from us within 24 business hours. You can put a badge on your site that says 24-hour response time, guaranteed. Or you can put a frequently asked questions page, and on that page, highlight the fact that every single communication is responded back to within whatever your company policy is. So there you have it. 6 ideas on how you can use the Property Management Trends Report to sharpen your marketing, to start attracting more rental property owners and grow your business as a whole. If you like this video, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button, it means a lot to us. Let us know how you plan to utilize some of the info from that trends report into the marketing of your property management company. Thanks, I'll see you in the next video.